हेलो फ्रेंड्स, गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, वालेकुम अस्सलाम। बुंदेले हर बोलों के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी। Friends, you might have understood that our today's lesson is leadership skills which we can learn from Rani Lakshmibai, popularly known as Rani Jhansi. When I think of eminent women personalities who made their mark on history, the first image that appears in my mind is that of Rani Lakshmibai. Of course, there have been other women also who left a mark, who left a mark of their presence on history. Queen Elizabeth, in 16th century, who reigned over England for around 50 years in the time of Shakespeare. Another also from England, Queen Victoria, Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister of England in modern times, and back in India, Indira Gandhi. These women are going to be remembered for centuries for their leadership skills. Why I assign first place to Queen Jhansi is because of her daring quality, her being a very intelligent woman, and being a great motivating force. Let us take up her first quality, her being a daring woman. Friends, the most conspicuous quality of Queen Jhansi, Rani Jhansi, is that she dared. And she dared in those times when women were treated as second-class citizens, not to be educated, married at very young age, and left with such works as child care, household drudgeries, taking care of kitchen, cleaning, etc. We can say that she had the privilege of being brought up alongside Nana Sahab and Tantia Tope because she was under, the protection of Bajirao Peshwa Bitur. But then, and she has the privilege of being trained in martial arts such as horse riding and sword fight. But then, how many women dare? And dare in front of such a formidable adversary as the British Empire, and that too being a woman. Friends, being a woman to dare needs a heart of steel and a great sense of self-respect. And when she was when Lord Dalhousie issued the orders to annex Jhansi under doctrine of law. Doctrine of law was that when a king died without any living heir, his or her estate, her kingdom was annexed by the British, the company, East India Company. This was unfair, and Queen Jhansi knew it. When this order was issued, she cried, "मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी." It was a great statement of self-respect from the mouth of a woman. Another example of her daring quality is that when she was going to escape from Jhansi, when it fell to the British, she lashed on her adopted son to her back and jumped from the fort on horseback. Jumped from the fort on horseback because she couldn't find another way to escape from the fort. The poor horse died. But the mother and son survived. So such was her sense of self-respect and sense of freedom and self-esteem. The second remarkable quality of Queen Jhansi was that she was very intelligent. In the beginning, she was just asserting her claim to the throne, but and she was reluctant to take part in the Great War of Independence of 1857 against the British. But it did not take her long to understand the big designs of the British to take over India. And when she understood this, she put herself, body and soul, into this, war of independence. She proclaimed, in the name of Lord Krishna, if we are victorious, we shall enjoy the fruits of victory. But if we are defeated and killed in the battlefield, we shall surely earn eternal glory and salvation. In the report of the battle submitted by Hugh Rose, the commandant of British forces, who fought against Queen Jhansi, who laid siege to the fort of Jhansi. Hugh Rose wrote, Queen Rani Jhansi or Rani Lakshmi Bai is most personable, intelligent and very beautiful, and she is the most dangerous of all Indian leaders. Friends, you can understand that this was a great tribute from the mouth of a British soldier of such high standing. It was a statement which glorifies Queen Jhansi. Friends, I would like to remind you, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel, because it will encourage me to create more content for you. Let us get on to qualities of Queen Jhansi. The third most remarkable quality of Queen Jhansi was her sense of self-respect, sense of freedom, and self-esteem. Uh, she wanted to keep herself free from the British rule, but when she couldn't do so, she thought of dying, fighting with her adversary. In her last battle, after a big fight, she was terribly wounded, and she just sat on the side of a road. By the side of a road, she requested locals to cremate her body so that the British couldn't lay their hands on her and she could remain free till death. Such was her, sense of freedom and self-esteem. Back in London, Colonel Mallison wrote, whatever her faults might be in the eyes of the British, her countrymen are going to remember for all times to come that she was driven into rebellion by ill treatment, and she lived and died for her own country. We cannot forget her contribution to India. These were the words of Colonel Mallison in London. So this was a great tribute to Rani Jhansi, her sense of freedom and self-esteem. The last quality of Rani Jhansi was that she was a great motivating force. When she couldn't avoid the fight with the British, she thought of doing so, and she gathered her team of loyalists, chief among them being Khuda Bakhsh, her commandant, Ghulam Ghaus Khan, and her two female attendants come friends, Sundar Mundar. She was very fond of them. They got together, they created their own resources. Because they were fortified. The siege was laid by the British around the fort, and nobody was able to go outside. They were cut off from the outside world. They created their own resources. Such was her organizational skill that she motivated her commandant, Khuda Bakhsh, to establish a factory inside the fort so that they can produce their own ammo. So we can understand that in those times, she dared, she organized her team, and she fought a great battle. So we are lucky that we had such uh, uh, women leaders in India, and in those times when women were treated as second class citizens. And this is a tribute to Rani Jhansi, that in India, all over India, there are statues dedicated to her in Shimla, Gwalior, uh, and at many other places in India. Now, this is the time to take leave of you, friends. Please like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Walaikum Assalam, and a very good day to you. Thank you very much.